welcome to the Whisper Mind. The workshop smelled of dust and old paper. My grandfather's maps covered every surface, a chaotic tapestry of forgotten places. They weren't like any maps I'd ever seen. They weren't precise or geographically accurate. They were emotional landscapes, drawn with a frantic energy, as if he were trying to capture something fleeting, something disappearing. I started cataloging the maps, trying to make sense of them. One in particular caught my eye. It depicted a winding road leading to a town called Ethelberg, a name I'd never encountered. The road was drawn with an almost obsessive detail, the lines thick and dark, as if the path itself was a physical weight. That night, I dreamt of Ethelberg. It was a beautiful town, bathed in perpetual twilight, with cobblestone streets and houses that leaned in towards each other like whispering secrets. But the people, they were all faceless, their features blurred and indistinct. They moved with a strange, unsettling grace, as if they weren't quite present. I woke up with the scent of lavender in my nostrils, a scent I hadn't smelled in years, and a strange, lingering feeling of recognition, as if I'd been to Ethelberg before, but couldn't quite remember when or how. I checked the map again. It had changed. A new path had branched off, leading to a place labeled the Sunken Orchard. Driven by a compulsion I couldn't explain, I decided to find the place the new path led to. It wasn't on any official map, of course. But as I drove, the landscape began to distort. Familiar landmarks shifted. Roads twisted into unfamiliar configurations. It was as if the world itself was trying to mislead me. I found it, the Sunken Orchard. It wasn't sunken in the literal sense, but it felt lower than the surrounding land, as if gravity itself was weaker there. The trees were gnarled and twisted, their branches laden with fruit that glowed with an unnatural luminescence. The air was thick, with a cloying, sweet scent. Then I saw the house, my childhood home, the one that burned down when I was 10. It was rebuilt, identical to how I remembered it, down to the chipped paint on the porch swing. But it was wrong. Too perfect, too still, and the windows, they seemed to be watching me. I approached the house, my heart pounding in my chest. The door was unlocked. I stepped inside. The furniture was arranged exactly as it had been before the fire. Old photographs lined the walls, depicting a family I barely recognized, a family that felt distant, not mine. And then I saw her, in the window, watching me. A woman who looked exactly like me, but older, her face etched with a weariness I hadn't yet earned. She smiled, a slow, knowing smile that sent a shiver down my spine. It wasn't a welcoming smile. It was a smile of recognition. I realized then that the maps weren't showing me lost places. They were showing me lost versions of myself. And the paths weren't leading to destinations. They were leading to replacements. Each path, a different life I could have lived, a different me waiting to take my place. Now, I'm afraid to look at the maps, afraid of what new path might appear and what version of me is waiting at the end. Do you ever feel like you're fading, replaced by someone you don't recognize? What do you think happened here? Subscribe for more psychological horror.